well. To simplify, I will say there are three ways that we can live, right? There is this place where we've been conditioned, although a lot of children are coming into a world not having any of this because they're so woke when they come into the world. But most human beings on our planet, there are three ways in which we experience life. So this life experience from completely behind the veil of forgetfulness. And so living life from completely behind the veil of forgetfulness means that every day you wake up, you focus on one thing only: human life. Human life. Got to get up, got to do the parenting thing, got to do the spouse thing, got to do the single thing, got to do the job, got to do the workout, and your entire day is focused on human endeavors, never once giving any kind of attention at all to anything other than living your human life. And if you look at people who are unawakened, that's how they live. They don't think about anything. They're just like, I'm living my life. I have to get to work. I have to make some money. I have to pay the bills. I have to do this. I have to do that. Got to do what my boss tells me to do. Got to keep my job. Got to not lose my job. Got to do. And everything is very human focused. We all have family members like that. We all have co-workers like that. We all have people in our lives that are completely behind the veil of forgetfulness. They have no thought of spirituality whatsoever. They're just living life. That's it. And that's all they're doing. So that's one way to live. Another way to live is in the awareness that there's something grander than yourself, right? So there's something grander than me being in physical form. So some people regard that as God, right? So oftentimes it's like right around, you're heading toward 50 and you're like, is this all there is to life? Is just wake up, go to work, go home, pay the bills, retire, die. Is this really all there is to life? So I know a lot of us experience that right around 40 or 50. Although a lot of youngins are waking up and they're like, I ain't doing that. I'm going to do my own damn thing, right? Like my two sons are just, they're like, they didn't come here for that. Come here for something different, right? So this second way to live is this glimpse of an awareness that I think there's something greater. I think there's something greater than just little old me. And we go into spirituality, whether it's religion or, starting to wake up a little bit, starting to get conscious, right, of life not being just this thing that I'm supposed to do every day, right? It's not just work and play. It's like, I need to take time for myself. I need to go out in nature. I need to connect with spirit, right? I need to talk to God. I need to go to church, and there's this awareness that there's something grander. But in that awareness that there's something grander, you don't really give it much emphasis until you need a break, right? I remember when I was a Christian, that's kind of how I experienced it. It's like, I need a break, so I got to go pray. Thank God Sunday services are coming. I need a reprieve and an upliftment in my week, So it's not like a steady conscious thing. It's more like, I am human, but I know I have a spirit. It's like, I'm human, but I know I have a spirit. I'm human and I have a spirit. And when I connect with these people, I feel the spirit side of me livening up, When I go to church, I feel this, when I sit in stillness, I feel this. When I meditate, I feel this more expansive side of me. But it's more of a side thing. It's not like I'm living this day to day. It's a side thing. It's like I have this awareness that I use for reprieve. Or I have this awareness that I tap into every once in a while. And then I go back to being human. So most of the day, do the human thing, do the human thing, you know what? I've been doing the human thing. I need to go meditate. I've been doing this human, I need to go pray. I'm doing, what? I need to go to church. I need to go to Bible study. I need to connect with my church folks, But it's very much a side thing. It's not this is how I live with this seeping into every aspect of my life. I have a way of dealing with my boss. I have a way of dealing with my children. And then I have this reprieve thing that I go to. God, meditation, stillness, whatever. Then I have to go do the thing that I'm here to do in human form, right? And there's this very big separation, although even though you might feel like it's coming together a little bit, like, you know, when I'm at work, I could probably talk to God when my boss annoys me. You know, like there's some growing awareness that this could be like a bigger part of your life. But we see ourselves as human having a spirit. So the first one I talked about is I'm just human. The second one is I'm human and I have a spirit, right? So that's the second way to live. And then the third way to live is the reverse. Is I'm spirit and I have a human body. Think about that for a second. I'm spirit and I have a human body. I am spirit. I'm infinite. I have a human body. I am spirit. I'm infinite. I'm indestructible. And I have a human body. So that's going back to the bliss, right? Part of what I shared in the definition of bliss is when you realize the indestructibility of who you are, everything that seems so serious or threatening becomes one big joke. And the mind laughs at it, slowly at first, but all the more funny it becomes after a while. And so in this third phase, I'm spirit. I have a body. I'm spirit. I'm not a body. I have a body as spirit. And I don't see, so what I do may look crazy. How little I care about what people think of me may look crazy because I've moved into, I'm spirit. I have an Allison. Get that, y'all. I'm spirit. I have a body. I'm spirit. I'm God. I'm a spark of infinite intelligence. I'm a fractal of divine. That's who I really am. That's where my identity lies. I have a body. So everything feels playful. Everything feels like a joke. It's like I watch human beings do their thing and I'm like, they don't know their spirit. They think they're human. They don't know that they're spirit, and they're not going to know until they're dead. Some of us are not going to know until we're dead. And the minute you pop out of your body, you're like, oh, that was the dream? Oh, here I am. I'm back home. That was the dream. And when I'm spirit and I have a body, all of this is fun. I'm spirit. I'm not what you're looking at. I have what you're looking at. I play with what you're looking at. I'm spirit. I'm infinite. I'm indestructible. There's nothing you can do to truly harm me. You can harm this body. You can kill this body. I'm infinite. I'm eternal. I'm spirit. I have a body. I'm spirit. I have an Allison that writes emails. I have an Allison that does events like this. I have an Allison that plays the role of mom. I have an Allison that plays with business. I have an Allison that has a bank account. I have an Allison, but I'm spirit. Do you get that? Do you get that? See, I live in the knowing that I'm spirit, not Allison. I'm not Allison. I know that. I know that. The veil has completely been lifted. I know that. So in this third way of living, all aspects of my day is permeated with that knowing. So I'm on the phone with a client and they're talking about whatever it is they're talking about, and I'm conversing with spirit. I know who they are. They've forgotten who they are. And I'm just here to remind you, you're not that. I'm spirit. I'm indestructible. I'm eternal. There's not a damn thing you could do to me. You might hurt Allison, but I'm not Allison. I'm spirit. I'm God. I'm infinite intelligence playing roles in a body. I am spirit. And so this third way to live means every aspect of what you do in the world is permeated, blanketed, showered, flooded with this awareness. I'm not this. I'm not this. If you've accessed my videos or in the downloads area, you've been into any live events, I've shared this many times. There are times when I wake up and look, you know how a newborn baby looks at their hands and they're like fascinated. Why? Because they don't know they're human yet. They're like, I got in. Oh, this is what it looks like, right? They're fascinated. There are many times when I literally lay in bed in complete stillness going, I still have a body, God, and it's fascinating. Look at these fingers. Look, I have 10 of them. Look at this. Got this curly hair. Look at this curly hair. What is that? I have curly hair. I have a face. I have skin. I'm in it. I'm in the thing that I came to be in. And I'm literally, genuinely fascinated that I'm in this contraption that we call a physical form. Why? Because I know I'm not this. I know that this thing is temporary. I'm in this thing. And so I'm back to my infant-like fascination with this contraption that I'm in. This is real for me. I'm not Allison. I'm in Allison. I'm playing Allison. I'm pretending to be Allison, but I'm not. I know that when this body dies, what we call death, when this body is done, I'm back to my eternal state of being. I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm not this. And so when you watch my bliss, it's coming from that third way of living. I am not this. When you watch me write emails like a crazy person and not care what the hell anybody thinks of it, it's because I'm feeling indestructible. I'm feeling infinite. I'm feeling that nothing can touch me because I'm tuned in to who I am. And when you're in that third place of living, desire is like, it's just this plaything that's popping up. I'm not that. I'm just playing with that. I'm infinite. Get that. I'm not this. Get that. Get that. Get that at your core. I am not this. I like this. This is fun. It's fun to do my hair. It's fun to put on makeup. It's fun to talk in front of people because it feels good to uplift and encourage and inspire. It feels good to this human form. It feels good. At the end of the day, I'm not this. Take that up a notch. I am exactly what my divine team is. They said to me, Allison, we are what you are when you're not forgetting. We're no different. We're also fractals of Source. We're also fractals of the divine, playing a role in your experience as your guides, as your divine team. We're choosing to play that role with you. That's what we agreed to do. We're choosing to play that role. But we are the same as what you are when you're not in this body. You're us when you're not in this body. Never forget that. We're the same as you. We're just playing roles for you and with you as well. I'm not this. And so when you watch me out in the world, you may be watching me. Well, all of you left the first phase, which is I'm only human. But when you watch me from your lens of I am a body with a spirit, and you're puzzled by how I'm not bothered by doing this or that, why I'm not worried about this or that. It's because I don't see myself as human with a spirit. I see myself as spirit with a human. Spirit that's causing these things to move and this mouth to talk. I'm spirit. I'm spirit. I'm not this. This is the temporary thing that I came into. And I'm so tuned in with the fact that I'm spirit that I laugh all through the day. All through the day. Where are you? And wherever you are is perfection. I wasn't always here. I was not always here. It was a journey, and we came to enjoy the journey. We came for this. We came for the journey from I don't have a clue who I am to back to I remember who I am now. I remember I'm not this. I remember I'm back to remembering who I am. I remember. And this remembering permeates my day. It permeates everything I do. It permeates how I live my life. It's not a thing that I go to for reprieve. It's who I am. It's who I know that I am. You cannot tell me otherwise. That veil has been lifted too far. I know who I am now. And I live in the knowing of who I am. Where are you? Wherever you are is perfect. Where are you? Because the more we become aware of who we are, the more we know. It's a knowing. It's not a mental awareness. For many of us, when our awakening begins, we go into a mental awareness. Oh, okay, so I am source manifested in human form. We say that very easily. I'm source manifested. I'm spirit in human form. Everybody says that. Spirit in human form. Spirit in human form. But when it becomes an inner knowing, when it's not just a mental concept anymore, when it's an inner knowing, you experience your desires from that knowing. Not from the awareness of being human. You experience your desires from that inner knowing of who you are. It's a knowing. It's a knowing. It's kind of like you know your name. You know your name. Somebody calls you something other than your name, you go, I'm sorry, my name's not Allison, right? If somebody calls me Sandra, oh, you must be mistaken me. My name is Allison, right? You quickly go, no, you're not talking to the right person. No, you're not, right? When you have a knowing that you are infinite, when you have a knowing that you are indestructible, when that is a knowing, not a mental concept, when you live in that knowing, when that knowing becomes your way of living, yeah, you'll be considered a freak by everyone else. But you can continue to play the game and play the role of being human. But every time you're done, you go back to the knowing. You go back to the knowing. You go back to the knowing. It's a knowing. And I'll end on that note for today.